What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking apart the front bumper on my 2006 CLS55 AMG. Now the reasoning for taking apart the front bumper is it's actually kind of messed up on some of the corners. Unfortunately, the fitment isn't too great. Like if you take a look right over here, there's kind of a big panel gap over here. And then it's fairly loose, and then the bolts over there are loose as well, and on this side as well there's a pretty big gap. So I'm just gonna take it off, see what's going on underneath, and then yeah, hopefully we'll get it all lined up properly, because the fitment's not too great right now. And also fix this thing right down here, the mesh is kind of coming off. So yeah, that's the goal for today. Alright, so to start off, first thing you're going to want to do is take this grill off, and then we'll go from there. Alright, now, so taking this grill off is actually really easy. You don't want to push too hard. There's just 3 clips at the bottom. So you just want to pry over there. And then you sort of angle it this way once these clips are out, and then you'll get the ones over there out really easily as well. So this is how the clips look like. They're just tabs that slide into your bumper. It's pretty easy to take out. Just push it backwards. I would definitely suggest doing the sides before you do these two 10mm over here, just because if you do those and then you're doing this side, the bumper is going to actually want to come off, so you might crack the bumper if it's trying to come off this side, and you just have one side left with the screws. If you understand what I'm saying, it'll sort of start to like lob to the side. Whereas if you leave these two for the end, it's really easy. You just keep your knee against the bumper like this, and then just take these out, this one over here as well, and then you just pull it back. Alright, so the tools you're going to need to remove the fender liner is a flathead screwdriver, possibly some pliers, and then to take those two 10mm bolts out of the clip, you're going to need your 10mm socket wrench and then an extension as well. So here's some up close action for you guys. Usually there's supposed to be a push tab that goes in here that you're supposed to pop out, and all you're supposed to do is pull that one out. There's nothing in this one, and then you're supposed to just pry this liner off. It comes up really easily. This is all the space you really need to work. There's a clip right here. This clip right here, and it has, you can see the right here. Yep. This one also has a T15 for some reason. They're supposed to be 10 mils, but that's the only one that you need to take off. I was actually wrong. There's not 2 on this bumper. It's there's an angle clip that actually slides in from the back, and it holds the fender to the bumper. So yeah, it's a really easy bumper to take off. But yeah, I'm just gonna take this off, and it's the exact same for both sides. So here's the clip that comes out the car. It just goes in this way for this side. There's a little tab over here that basically slides in, and then it sandwiches both the bumper to the fender. And here are the T15s that go in there. They're pretty much the same, so I think these should be fine. Alright, so next up is the two 10 mils on both the ends over here. I'm sure you're familiar with these if you work on cars. There's a Usually there's a bunch of these underneath the car holding the shield to the bumper, and then also in the fender liner there's usually a couple of these. Small issue, nothing big. I completely forgot these existed. So you want to pull this off, pretty easy to do. And there's two 10 mils sitting at the bottom of your bumper. They don't actually connect your bumper to the crash bar. There's actually another piece inside your bumper that's kind of like a liner for your bumper. It's to protect it, and that actually bolts everything to the car. So it's even up here as well. You'll kind of notice that there's your actual bumper, and then there's a black piece right behind it, and your bumper actually clips into that, which is another piece that clips into your car and gets bolted onto your car. So there's not actually much contact in between the bumper and the car itself, and that's why it's so firm and strong, even though there's only two bolts holding it from each side and then the two in the middle. Alright, so after this, I am almost 100% sure the bumper should be really easy to take off. Just slide it forward, don't pull too hard. You still have your fog lamps connected on both sides. And for a lot of people, if your car has the headlight washer option, you'll have to disconnect those. It's super easy, just a pipe that you pull out. Just going to grab it right here, just like that, boom, super easy. Now in my case, I don't have the headlight washers. Fuck those, they're actually really annoying. And then, yeah, so you have your main wiring harness right here with your parking sensors. Alright, so this is the connector right here that comes from the car itself. And then down here is the connection that is in the bumper. It's pretty interesting, kind of really overcomplicated, but it's pretty cool at the same time. So this slides into here, and then this is actually a clip that goes this way. So all you need to do is put a flathead right here at the top, pull that back, and then just yank this piece out. It's pretty simple to take out actually. Alright, so now that we have the entire bumper off and the connectors off, we're just going to take a look at the inside of the bumper and also at the condition of this car, because it seems kind of sketchy, don't you know? So the repairs that I needed to do was basically both ends. The clips are slightly bent over time just from sagging, and someone probably just pulled the bumper off and put it back on a couple times. And then the actual sliding clips, those were bent as well. And yeah, someone like fucked up the sensors on the inside, a couple issues here and there. And the front grille mesh, one of the clips were broken. I actually replaced that with a screw, so I could just slide in and clip at the back of that screw. So yeah, that's about it. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is just get the bumper off, slide it up onto these hooks, slide it into position, make sure that this thing is underneath the crash bar. Alright, so you're going to see these two grooves on the side of the bumper with these, they're not like hooks, but they look kind of like, look kind of like crash sensors, but the bumper basically slides inside of them. And that's on both sides. That's really what holds this bumper in place. It's not really the screws or anything like that. So really line that up. Just slide it back like that. Exactly like that. It's really simple to do. There you go. Should all click in like that at the end, and you'll know when it's all in place. So yeah, now that the bumper is all in place and secure, so if you move it like this, not too much movement, but still a little bit, that's because these clips aren't in. Fuck. And then these two screws at the bottom aren't in either. So what I would start with is probably these two. That way your bumper's not falling off when you're trying to move it in, and make sure that those are in the correct position and slide in, because once you put these on, you can't really adjust the bumper enough to slide it in and out of those. Alright, so finally got the bumper back on. It's pretty difficult to get the clips in the sides, but got it in after a while. I actually crushed them a little bit too much to get that fitment perfect, but after a little bit of adjusting, it's almost done. Just have 2 more screws left to do, and then I'll see you guys when it's all done. Alright guys, so the CLS is back together finally. So I fixed the mesh down there. It was actually pretty easy. One of the clips were broken. I just put a screw back there, and I used that kind of as a clip. If I ever need to take it off, I just pull it down a little bit to get around the screw. And the fitment isn't too bad as far as it can go. I think this might not be a stock bumper after what I've seen. It fits kind of weird on both sides for some reason. But yeah, I mean, the grill's back in, everything else is good. I'll show you guys the fitment right now. It's not bad. It's pretty good around the corner. It's much better than before. I wish it was a little bit tighter around here, but yeah, for some reason the bumper's like sagging a little bit downwards. This side's even better though. It's pretty good on this side. So yeah, not too off, really not noticeable, except for, you know, for me obviously, since I know it's there. But yeah, hope you guys liked the video. If you did, like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. We got some heat planned, finally some power mods. Not gonna say too much, but some big powers will be coming out of this motor, possibly a smaller pulley too. You guys will have to stick around to see you in the next video. Peace.